heartburn, and you've probably heard of it before. It's called kimchi. Kimchi is simple to make. Just ferment cabbage, salt, chili peppers, garlic, and vinegar for 2 days to a week in a jar, and voila, you have a natural way to stop heartburn in its tracks. Millions of people know this, but do you know why kimchi works so well for alleviating heartburn and acid reflux symptoms? It all comes down to a little-known probiotic bacteria that's produced when you make kimchi called Lactobacillus plantarum. You see, Lactobacillus plantarum has been widely studied in medical research, showing that it can easily survive acidic environments in the human gut, where it then gets to work getting rid of all the bad bacteria that cause you so many gut problems. So the benefits of using Lactobacillus plantarum are clear, especially if you suffer from heartburn and acid reflux. But what if you don't want to eat kimchi on a daily basis? Not everyone enjoys the taste or the smell. When I learned about Lactobacillus plantarum back in 2015, I was blown away. This realization made me understand even more about how important it truly is to take care of your gut with beneficial probiotic bacteria on a daily basis. I set to work formulating Floriso 50, our extra strength probiotic from Umzu, and by adding the proper amount of Lactobacillus plantarum to the formula, along with 7 other incredible probiotic strains, the results for my customers in the past 6 years have been nothing short of amazing. Men and women from all over the world are completely overhauling their gut health by giving their guts the healthy, good probiotic bacteria that they need, and it's completely life-changing for some people. Just click through to the next page to read these incredible reviews. The cool thing about Floriso 50 is this: by taking just 1 capsule per day with a Mio, you can get a whopping 50 billion CFUs of the most potent and effective probiotic strains known to man. No need to drink or eat smelly fermented foods every day. Just 1 capsule a day is all you need. If you have gut issues that you need help with, like heartburn, bloating, or just plain bad digestion, then give Floriso 50 a try for yourself for the next 30 days. It'll help you feel better, guaranteed. I believe so strongly that Floriso 50 will work for you that I offer a no questions asked 60-day money-back guarantee on every single bottle. If you're ready to get rid of those irritating gut problems for good, then click through to the next page and learn more about Floriso 50 and give it a try for yourself. I'll see you over there.
Are your athletic dreams fading away due to injuries and pain? If you're an athlete in the Bucks County area or the parent of one, you need to get this guide right now. I'm Dr. Mike with Next Level, and we help serious athletes break free from pain and reach their full athletic potential. Whether you've suffered a major injury or have a nagging pain that no doctor can figure out, you're not alone. We've helped hundreds of athletes just like you get pain-free and back to dominating the sports they love. Pros in every major sport, to Olympians, All-Americans, 5-star recruits, national champions, world record holders. The list goes on and on. Regardless of your level, if pain is holding you back, it's critical that you get the right help now. And you can start by getting this guide, because you only get 1 shot at reaching your full potential. Most athletes who get hurt never return to 100%. Why? Because they get the wrong type of treatment. They rest, ice, stretch, foam roll, and build up their strength. Maybe they even work with doctors and trainers who say they specialize in athletes. But at the end of the day, if you're a serious athlete, you need
Bob Kitchen. I'm the IRC's Vice President of Emergency Programs. Right now I'm standing outside Al-Aqsa Hospital. Over the last few days, I've witnessed truly unprecedented humanitarian needs. Fighting and indiscriminate bombing have forced more than 1 million people to flee for their lives. This level of destruction hasn't been seen in decades, so people are
everyone. Let me welcome you all to our Sunday morning celebration here at the Center of Peace. I'm delighted to see you all this morning, truly. I am. My name is Twana Malone. I'm the senior minister here at the Center of Peace. My pronouns are she, her, and they. And this morning, we have a wonderful service in store. We have our licensed professional practitioners assisting us in our service. Leading us this morning in our practice, our meditation, Callista Dorsey. Leading us this morning in the ringing of the chakra bowl, that is to give us all an opportunity to begin to let everything else go and to become fully present in the presence itself, is Zuma Gonzalez. Our treatment this morning, our affirmative prayer is being done by Jerry Walker. Our reading this morning of our selected and sacred readings this morning is Sandy Forrest. Holding consciousness for us this morning, knowing the truth about our time together and its unfolding in a wonderful and magnificent way, are our practitioners, Kutia Thompson, Trisha Grady, and Jackie Jackson. You might see Trisha with her eyes closed. She is in prayer and quiet repose, knowing the truth about us, as I said. So that's what's happening with Trisha. Our music today is being sung forth through Rochelle Gaiman and her daughter. We're looking forward to that. Greeting all who walk into the space this morning is Tony Bay. On the back, on the ones, the twos, and the threes, we have Vern and Nicole. So I think that we are all set and ready to go this morning. Let me just invite you all to decide right here and right now to become present, to begin to let everything else go as Callista leads us in our meditation.
Good morning. Such beautiful faces. It's like seeing God right here on earth for those that wasn't aware that that's who you are today and every day. So I'm going to ask that you get comfortable in your seat. Be comfortable within yourself. And be comfortable in the fact that I just told you the truth of who you are. Accept it and allow it to flow through you. I want you to, at this moment, if you want to, close your eyes and allow yourself to take a deep dive. And I want you to think of 3 words. And those 3 words represent your truth. Because those 3 words you're going to be able to create, because that's who you are, a creator. You're going to be able to create an affirmation that you can use throughout your day at the times when you forget your truth. Continue to take that breath, remembering that breath is your first gift. And you said yes to that gift. And that breath comes effortlessly. So breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Continue to take that breath. Breathing in. And breathe out. The only way you can say thank you for your gift, you have to recognize that you've received a gift. So I want you to take this moment while you're in this meditation to say thank you, thank you, thank you. There are so many things that you can say thank you for, but we forget. So I'm reminding you while you're in this meditation, I want you to think of something that you are grateful for. I know you have many. But I want you to think of just one. And I want you to go within and recognize why you chose that one. What does it mean to you? Why did you pick that one? For me, today, it's the center of peace. I am so grateful for the center of peace because it reminds me of how I can walk through my life being centered, being balanced, and knowing my truth. Maybe that's what you're grateful for. And I'm going to allow you to stay in that silence while you're remembering that one thing and experiencing that one thing. It could be a person, it could be an experience, or maybe it's the center of peace. Now that you've had that experience, I want you to think of a belief in action that you know you have personally experienced. And I want you to go within and think about that belief in action. Think about how the Creator has given you so many gifts. But this morning, you only have to think of one that you consider it's a belief in action of what God has done for you. Are you able to smile because you thought of that belief in action? Did it put a smile on your face because of the smile that's in your heart? Did it make you want to giggle because you're so grateful? Sometimes you can't even believe that it even happened, but it did. Sometimes it causes you to have a belly laugh. Sometimes that belly laugh is because you have to laugh at yourself and say, did I do that? Did that happen? But often you have to ask yourself, how are you co-creating that belief in action in your life? So take a breath and release. Take another breath and release. And when you take this breath and you're in gratitude for the experience, ask yourself the question, what is it that makes me afraid to tell someone my belief in action? Because I love myself and I love the Creator, and so it is.
Grateful, grateful, grateful. In tribute to the late Frankie Beverly and his song, We Are One. We are one. Whether it is sung or said or felt, the truth is we are one, and there is only one. Breathing in this truth, knowing this truth, feeling this truth, acknowledging this truth, the connection is always present. For spirit lives and breathes in each and every one of us. It lives and breathes in every one of its creations, and everything that is its creation. The illusion of separation is just that, an illusion. For we are all energy. It is all energy. It is all God. Just breathing in that truth. Breathing in that truth reminds us that all is well, no matter what it looks like. The goodness of God can never be tamped down, can never be constricted, can never be muddied or confused. It is always clear, focused, intelligent. And as I am aware of this, I affirm this awareness for each and every one of us, that the oneness of spirit is powerful. And each one of us is a fount of that oneness, of that power. And as we recognize it, as we embrace it, as we shout from the rooftops, I am, there's nothing that can stand in the way of the flowering, the blossoming that is God. And so I know right here, right now, today, in this moment, this now moment, the only moment that exists, we can speak of a day, but the truth is, right this very moment is all that exists. And even just breathing and knowing that there are things happening that we are not in control of. We can hold our breath, but not for so long, for God is breathing us. We can stay still, but for how long? For God is moving us. We can hold possibly hatred in our hearts, but for how long? For God is always loving us. I speak my word for all who have come here to make this place ready for us to be who we came here to be. For our musicians, for our practitioners, for those who are greeting at the door, preparing any refreshments, and especially for Reverend Twana. Just knowing that we are one. We are one. Nothing can ever change that. So it is with great gratitude I speak these words. I know the truth of them. I feel the truth of them. And I place them into the mighty law that is within me, that knows that they are being created, filled with God's stuff, dancing and laughing and so happy to materialize on this plane. I let them go. I let them be. And together we anchor this prayer by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Jerry, for that beautiful treatment, affirmative prayer. And thank you, Callista, for leading us in our meditation this morning. Now, I'd like to invite you all to join with me as we turn our attention to the reading of our vision and our mission. You can find it right here to my right. There are also some cards in the back of your chair that you can certainly use to download and have our vision and our mission right in front of you. Let us read it today as a realized vision and mission. Let us, in our reading it today, come to know it to be something more than just mere words. Why don't you join me? Our vision, a loving and peaceful world where all of humanity is honored as the divinity within is experienced. Excuse me. And our mission, the center of peace is a loving, inclusive, and vibrant community that utilizes and demonstrates spiritual principles and practices to cultivate powerful individuals who together create peace throughout the world. and so it is. And if you would now please stand to join us in the singing of our congregational song, I Am One. You can find the lyrics to the song in the back of your chairs if you're unfamiliar with our congregational song, so that you can sing along with us if you so choose. Our congregational song, I Am One, was written by our licensed retired practitioner, Bayless Webb. All right, Nicole, I think we're ready.
I'm one with Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and it dwells inside of me. This perfect Spirit, pure loving Spirit, rests in everything I see. God walks beside me, protects and guides me. It's ever with me. Where'er I go, I trust its power, God's healing power. Its love surrounds me, and this I know. I live in spirit, I breathe in spirit. It lives within me, and so I am a spirit. I think a spirit. Its life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know God's life is my life. I know.
So let us not miss out on this perfect opportunity, just simply to allow our eyes to glance around the room and fall wherever they might, acknowledging the humanity in another and welcoming all here to our space this morning, only hugging if you ask. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you may be seated. I always forget to welcome those who are joining us online, or at least I tell myself that. So welcome. If you're joining us online, our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here at the Center of Peace, we are an open and affirming community. All are welcome here at the Center of Peace. And if this is your first time here at the Center of Peace, celebrating life and celebrating love with us on a Sunday morning, we'd love to be able to take the opportunity to acknowledge you, to welcome you. If you're comfortable and would like to stand, please do. All right. Center of Peace, if you would join me as we just allow love simply to flow from our hearts as an expression of our hearts through our hands as we say, welcome to the Center of Peace. Welcome to the Center of Peace. We know who you really and truly are.
We know who you really and truly are.
A unique and divine expression of God.
A unique and divine expression of God.
Perfect in every way.
Perfect in every way.
We honor you.
We honor you.
And we welcome you.
And we welcome you.
Welcome to the Center of Peace. You may be seated. Yeah. All right. I think it is time for our announcements. And so I want to call Liz Johnson Ford. She'll be doing our announcements this morning. Liz is our board treasurer. We only have a few announcements this morning. Doing double duties. All right.
Many hats, many hats. Sorry about that. Good morning, family. First, we're going to have completing the circle. Okay. Completing the circle will be today after service at 1 p.m. And this is going to be about your experience with the practitioner. So if you want to hang around, just chat, answer a few questions, we would greatly appreciate that. And next we have Ayenda to come up to speak about Beyond the Four Walls.
Happy Sunday. So we are going to see MJ the Musical on January the 16th. Who's going? All right, all right. Zuma? You said Zuma. Okay. Who wants to go? Who wants to go? We haven't purchased your tickets. Okay, there's still time. December the 1st, please get your tickets by December the 1st. It's on January 16th, 2025 at 7:30, Academy of Music. The ticket price is $102. We're gonna have fun. We always have fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And see me afterwards if you want to buy the tickets today, okay? All right, thank you.
No problem. All right, that will be it. As always, practitioners are available after service for prayer. You'll recognize them with the purple stoles. Please keep a lid on all beverages and help us keep our sanctuary clean. Also, you can get on our mailing list by scanning the QR code, or you can always check us out online at thecenterofpeace.org. Like us, follow us, subscribe, leave us a Google review, Yelp review, Facebook review, Instagram post, tweet, hashtag, all of that good stuff. Have a good one.
Good morning, Center of Peace family. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. Introducing my daughter, Yolanda Cole, singing with me today.
Hello.
So this first song is entitled, I Will Rest by Naoki. It's a beautiful song about the Bible prayer, the 23rd Psalms, that I learned as a child. When I read it again recently, I got chills all over my body, and it reminded me of this song. We know it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. You know the rest, but the meaning of it now is a bit different than the way I interpreted it then. In the Science of Mind big textbook, the glossary, the word Lord, is another term for the indwelling God. And the Lord shall guide thee continually. My Lord is the Christ within my soul. So when I'm singing Lord, please understand what I'm referring to. And so also, if you're feeling troubled about something, the meditation and the prayers calms us, but this song also reminds us to rest like a baby in your mother's arms. As Reverend Twana always teaches us, all of our needs are met. I have everything I need. Okay. Lord, you are my shepherd. Volume, please. I have everything I need. You even let me lie down beside the quiet stream. Ooh, yes. Even when life changes, you remain the same. I will rest like a baby in its mother's arms. Oh yes, simply rest, for I know you're with me in the storm. At times when I feel broken and feel that I just need you, Lord, you've already spoken. Peace be still. Yeah, yeah.
was beautiful. Yeah. Could you all please stand and read with me the affirmation? Repeat after me. Today I accept and acknowledge that all I need to know is that God is my source and my supply. And so it is. You may be seated. Equipped for life. Glorified by the baptism of the Spirit, we go forth powerfully equipped to meet life. And that's from Nona Brooks' Mysteries, page 119. Wisdom, strength, courage, and all harmonious conditions are a direct result of spiritual power, with which we are already equipped. Ernest Holmes, Alcoholism, page 16. Researchers discovered that lizards in Puerto Rico are evolving to meet the increasing urbanization of their environment. Their limbs are getting larger to help them run more quickly across hot parking lots, and they've grown special scales that enable them to cling more easily to smooth surfaces like those on buildings. These lizards are just one example of how nature equips every living creature with what it needs to survive and thrive, even when its habitat changes. Spirit within is eternally equipping us too to meet whatever change occurs in our lives. The indwelling Spirit is infinite. Whatever we might need to successfully navigate our changing lives is readily available, awaiting our acceptance of it. I used to be concerned about whether I would have the skills and information I needed to handle my parents' care and affairs as they aged. I certainly felt like I didn't know what to do. I finally surrendered, releasing this worry and instead embracing the truth that I would have what I needed when the time came. I did, courtesy of several experiences leading up to that time. Spirit knows what it's doing. Never wonder if you have what it takes, because Spirit within stands ready to supply you with what you need to navigate the hot and slippery surfaces in your life with ease and grace. That's from the Science of Mind magazine, page 57, March 2024. And the affirmation and the reading were submitted by our own licensed practitioner, Cynthia Banks.
So this next song is entitled I Choose to Live, written by Michelle. I sang it in July solo, this time with my daughter, and she and I are the only two that are on this track, on this song. So I'm so grateful to have her with me today to share this song, originally created actually by the two of us. Here we go.
I choose to live a spiritual life. I choose to live a purposeful life. One day at a time I will rise high. achieve a rebirth here on earth. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done. God's love heals everything, and love has set me free. I choose to live a spiritual life. I choose to live a purposeful life. One day at a time, I will rise high. All that I am and all that I will be is everything God put in me. Oh, yes, God did. So I'm gonna live my dreams. I'm gonna live my dreams. My purpose is the key, and love has set me free. I was lost and confused and afraid. I was so blind. I was so blind. I gave up on my dreams and I found a new way of life. I let go of my fears and the things that kept me behind. I renewed my faith and my trust in my God divine. I choose love, joy, and peace in my life. Now it's love, joy, and peace in my life. Yes, it's love, joy, and peace in my life. I choose to live a spiritual life. I choose to live a purposeful life. Joy, peace, and love. I choose to live a spiritual life. I choose to live a meaningful life. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's give Rochelle and her daughter another round of applause. Yeah, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, here we are this morning, and we are continuing on with our theme for the year, oneness, a day at a time. And I must confess, I've just been going back and forth in my head. What should we do today? Should I get up and just talk, or should we do a Q&A? I'm wondering how people are feeling, just where people are. The last several months have been more than a notion, I'll say, for some of us. Well, really for all of us. And there's a thread that we have at Centers for Spiritual Living where all of the ministers talk to each other. And so last week, there was a lot of discussion around what should you talk about on Sunday and how should you show up on Sunday. This was last Sunday, not this Sunday, of course. And so people were saying just show up and be authentic and give people room to feel. Don't get in the way of people's feelings and, you know, a few more things. And then it circled back around after Sunday, and there were lots of people in the thread saying just how many people were at service, that they hadn't experienced so many people return back to the building as they did last Sunday. And it caught my attention because I was thinking, wow, this place was full on Sunday. And in that moment, I became so filled with gratitude that we could be here, that the doors were open. Because truly, 98% of what's happening here on Sunday is that we get to be here, that our doors are open. And I was proud that we could be here and that our doors could be open for people who hadn't been here in a while, for people who really needed to be here that Sunday. And so I hope that you all are proud too when you come to the center and call it your own, because it is your own. It belongs to all of us. It doesn't belong to me, it belongs to us. So I just wanted to share that piece. And let me then just get into the message then this morning. And as always, I want to start with a few principles, like I do every Sunday, that's taken from what Ernest Holmes wrote over 100 years ago, or about 100 years ago, titled What We Believe, and we've titled them Spiritual Principles. And this morning, we're working with spiritual principle number 1. You can get a copy of this by doing a search online for Ernest Holmes and What We Believe, or you can sign up to be on our mail list, and you can get a copy of this as well. Spiritual principle number 1, it states, we believe in God, the living spirit, almighty one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. We believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. Spiritual principle number 2, we believe in the individualization of the Spirit in us, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. And spiritual principle number 7, we believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. So this morning, let me just set the stage. I don't have a whole lot of hoopla in me this morning, just a simple message. Just a simple message. Our theme, oneness a day at a time, has extended to us, as I said back in January, the invitation to practice, to meditate, to pray, to contemplate, to journal, to pray, to meditate, to practice, to chant, to do whatever it is that you have to do to begin to release any sense of separation. Our theme for the year extended us the invitation to do something. Do something. I said at the beginning of the year that if you didn't have a spiritual practice, that now was the time to start a spiritual practice. And if you had a spiritual practice, I extended the invitation for us to go deeper in our spiritual practice so that we can begin to shed any doubts of our oneness with God, so that we can begin to live in a place where there is no sense of separation. I suggested that we move into practice so that we could further acquaint ourselves with our inner sanctuary. So that when things happen out there, what's in here doesn't get disturbed. So now is not the time to start practice. January was the time to start the practice, right? So our practice helps to eliminate distractions and disturbances and doubt. Our distractions and our disturbances lead to doubt, but our practice makes it so that they don't have the impact and the effect on us that maybe they would have had once before. That's why the practice is so important, so that we don't get caught up in the distractions. And there's a lot to distract us. And everything can be a distraction if you let it be a distraction. The song said, I choose to live a spiritual life. Any of it and all of it can be a distraction if you choose to let it be a distraction. Just a simple message for us this morning. You see, our practice is sacred. It's in our practice that we find strength and we find serenity that comes from the practice. In fact, the only place to experience strength and serenity is in the practice. The only place you can meet peace is in the practice of peace. The only place you can experience and meet love is in our practice of love. Are you with me? Just a simple message today to practice. There's no place to get what you can get out of your practice. There's no amount of money that you can spend to purchase it outside of yourself. There's no one you can go to who can give it to you. We must practice. We must practice. Our practice is like Holy Communion that our Christian brothers and sisters partake in. It's a ritual for them of remembering, a ritual for them of receiving, a ritual for them of thanksgiving. And so our practice is a ritual. It's sacred. I remember when I was a little girl at church, and they would bring out the tiny pieces of chopped up cracker, right? And the grape juice, right? Boy, I love that Welch's grape juice. I don't know, but I'm off track now, but was it just me, or did you always seem like, man, I'm so hungry, and that little cracker just really filled me up? It really filled me up. But as I was remembering it, it always seemed like folks would partake in this ritual for the sake of it. You know, they would receive the cracker and the juice just for the sake of it. You know, kind of like, it's what we do. It's just what we do. But we should not enter into our practice just for the sake of it. We should enter into our practice for the experience in it. There's something there for you if you will decide to practice. Don't let your practice just be the taking in, you know what I mean, of the rich, sweet, good grape juice. It's something more there for us. But we got to practice. It certainly felt like they were doing it just for the sake of it, and at least that's what it seemed like to me. I don't know. Maybe there was some discussion prior to or the days leading up to communion. I don't know. But it always seemed like people were just showing up for the sake of it. So it's important then, why I'm talking about this today, it's because it's important that we understand why we do what we do. Don't just do it. If you need some further explanation around why we do it, why we meditate, why we pray, why we journal, why we vision, why the practices are so important to us, why the practices are incorporated into our classes, why the practices are incorporated into our meetings, why the practice happens before we come out here on a Sunday morning, why do the practitioners pray? Because our practice makes it so. That we are not disturbed, that we are not in doubt, but that we are full of faith. So let us then be moved not to practice just for the sake of it, but rather for the experience in it. This is important because things are going to always happen. Things are going to always be happening out there. I remember it was back when we were into COVID and then the thing happened with the police and a group of ministers got together online and it was like, oh, what are we going to do about all this chaos and confusion? And in my mind, I thought, well, chaos, any kind of chaos and confusion is chaos and confusion. It doesn't matter what the color of it is. Chaos and confusion is chaos and confusion. And if it's in you, it's in you. It didn't just get there because that happened. It's already in you. Are you with me? It didn't just get there. It's already in us because things are not always going to work out the way we want them to. People are going to disappoint us. Yeah. Even those of us who choose to live a spiritual life, people are going to disappoint us. There'll be moments and times where we might find ourselves slipped back into the darkness. All of this. That's why the practice is so important. We might be in this moment questioning, how could this happen as it relates to the outcome of the election and anything else that might be happening in our world. Why did God let this happen? These kind of questions we might be asking ourselves, and it's just because you want the truth. That's our endeavor to get to the truth. Yet, we know the truth. God is all that there is. That's the only truth you need to get to. God is within me. That's the only place you need to go. It's the only place you need to go. But when we're not practiced, love seems far away, and peace seems far away, and truth seems so far away. But when we are practiced, as the spiritual principles suggest, when we are living in close contact with the indwelling God, truth emerges and truth unfolds and truth prevails. It's the truth that you need. That's why the practice is so important. The truth that I need might not be the truth that you need, but the truth that you need is within you. We can show up to the center of peace and we can offer descriptions of what God is. And in fact, that is all that we do. I can offer a description of what love is. I can offer my description of what truth is. And that is all that it is, a description. You have to come to know what God is for yourself. A simple message today. We have to come to understand what we believe. We believe in God, the living Spirit, Almighty One. indestructible and absolute. Absolute. We believe that that spirit is the individualization in each one of us. We have to come to know that. Be certain about it. Joel Goldsmith said that there is no God in this world until you experience God. There is no God in this world until you yourself experience God. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible for you to experience God. You've got to know that you can experience God. Just how do we come to experience God? Well, if you stay here long enough, if you take your studies seriously, if you take your practices seriously, you'll come to find out that you have to be willing to let go of your desire to be right, so that our desire to understand precedes our desire to be right. Our desire to understand must at some point in time, for those of us who are choosing a spiritual life, our desire to understand has to be up front. It has to precede any desire within us to understand what happened. Any desire in us to want to know, why did God let this happen? What is greater is our desire to understand. And so we come to understand then that we must let go of living in a world of opposites. This is the greater thing. There is no opposites in spirit. In our human world, there's opposites there to inform us so that we can reform our thinking and transform our lives, a very necessary part of our human experience. But in our spiritual experience, there is no opposites. God is all that there is. What is there to be disturbed by? What is there to be distracted with? What is there to have doubt about? And God, not only is God is all there is, but God is within me. What is there to be disturbed about? And what is there to be distracted about? And what is there to doubt? We all must come to this experience of God within ourselves. Listen, I'm just a little girl from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And there ain't nothing more special about me than there is about you. If you take time to practice, if you'll receive this simple message today, to practice, because it is our practice that makes it so. I'm not disturbed by it. I'm not distracted about it. I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice. I'm not walking around in doubt about it. I am practicing. I'm praying. I'm calling people for support. I'm meditating. I'm journaling. I'm writing it out. I'm dancing it out. I'm singing it out. I'm not disturbed by it. Reverend Knight used to say, there's something within me that is not disturbed. There's something in each one of us that is never disturbed, never distracted. There's something within you that's never, ever disturbed. That's the point we're trying to get to. Move away from the opposites and start to begin to reform our thinking and transforming our lives. Because that which is. The truth is, and that's all that there is. That's it. So let us understand and commit to understanding there is nothing to oppose the truth, nothing opposite to the truth. And each one of us is equipped to arrive at the truth. It's just a simple, simple, simple message this morning. Practice. Practice. In whatever way feeds your soul. Practice. Say whatever prayer you know how to pray. Practice. Practice. What the world needs now is for us to practice. What the world needs now is for us to be kind. What the world needs now is for us to be loved. What the world needs now is you and me. It's you and me. What the world needs now is for us to be kind, to be compassionate, for us to be love and to show up as love. What the world needs now is just simply for us to show up, to open up our hearts, to be present one to the other, to practice. What the world needs now is you. I'm serious. It's you and me. There ain't nothing special about me that's not special about you. Listen, the same God that's in me is the same God that's in you. The same truth that is within me is the same truth that is within you. It's time that we develop a practice where we move beyond having the ability simply just to describe God, simply just to describe truth. We've got to develop a practice where we are God and we are the truth. Jesus said, I am the truth. I'm the truth. I'm love. I'm light. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I care. I care. Not just about me, but I care about you. The distractions, the disturbances, let's just be clear, it's always there. It's always there. It's always there. And everything that you are desiring is already in you. The peace that you desire, it's already in you. Ernest Holmes has a reading that I forgot to read to you all today. It's titled, God, Your Personal Self. God, Your Personal Self. The mind in you is God. The law in you is God. The healing presence within you is God. The peace that is within you is God. God, your personal self. God, your personal self. The life that is living you is God. The God within you. I'm not going to be disturbed. I'm not going to be deterred. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to live in doubt. I'm not going to live in doubt. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to be deterred. I'm not going to be disturbed. This is what you got to start telling yourself. And not just telling yourself, but move beyond the mere word and to start to live it. To practice, to practice, to practice. Everything you're desiring now is already in you. Not just an experience of, we're not here just to have an experience of being in the world. We're here to have an experience of God as you in this world. God as you in this world. That's all I got this morning. Just a simple message. Practitioners, please come and join me. I need you. We need you. let us take this moment to be so conscious and intentional about our practice of prayer. Let us be so aware in this moment of the one mind that is in each of us, expressed in us in an individual capacity and way, and yet it is one, meaning that what's in me is in you. The truth that's in me is the same truth that's in you. The peace that was in Jesus is the same peace that's in you. The same peace that Buddha, the same peace that wherever it is that you call the greater something, whatever was in them is in you. As Jerry reminded us this morning, we are one, meaning all that there is in this world, it must be in us because there can be no separation. And in our conscious and intentional time of practicing and being in prayer today, let us affirm and know this truth. We don't move into a state of affirmation for the sake of it. We move into a state of affirmation to affirm the truth. So let us affirm the truth. God is all that there is. God is within me and God is within you. There's something in you and there's something in me that is undisturbed by it all. Something in you and something in me without the desire to have to name it and to color it in and to call it this and to call it that. No, something in me is not disturbed by it. Don't care about it. My grandmother used to say, cut out all that racket. Cut out all that racket. I'm not disturbed by it. I'm not deterred by it. Something in me and something in you. Let us know and affirm today it to be so. Oh, glory to God. Let us know it to be the very source and substance of our life, the very source and substance of our peace. Let us affirm and know today that no longer are we seeking and searching on the outer for it, but we always turn to the inner God within. We always turn to the inner life. We always turn to the inner light. Peace ain't gone nowhere. Joy cannot elude us. It is ours to take in. Understanding ain't gone nowhere. Let us be so moved today then that we all are moved into a spiritual practice. Let us all be moved today in such a way that we become the light unto the world, that our gift of practice heals the whole world, that our practice of love heals our families and heals this nation, that our insisting on affirming and knowing peace to be right here and right now, that it changes everything. Let us be so moved to practice today. In whatever way that is fulfilling to you, that brings you closer to having an experience of the indwelling God, that moves you to affirming the truth, God is within me. I can never be separate and apart from the source and the substance of my life. I can never be in a place, in a space where I don't know. I always know what I need to know. We always know what we need to know. You always know what you need to know. I'm so grateful for this moment of pause, this moment of being conscious and intentional together, this moment of having our doors open and our hearts swung open, this moment of having our minds open to insight and revelation. I'm so grateful for this moment, for all that I have received today from each one of you. I'm so grateful for it, the minuscule and the mighty. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful that I had a place to come to practice. I'm so grateful that there was people there already practicing, waiting on me to get there to show me the way. I'm so grateful about it. I'm so glad about it that I had a grandmother who prayed. I'm glad about it. I didn't know it, but I know it now. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the doors were open when a time I needed them to be open. I'm grateful. Let us be moved in this moment then just to simply to gather the words, the songs from the words, the love from our hearts, the glancing of the eye. Let us not miss out on any of it. Let us fill ourselves up with it, where the word becomes made flesh. Not just today, but when you walk out these doors. Not just today, but tomorrow. Not just tomorrow, but the next day. Not just the next day, but the day after that. Not just the day after that, but the days after that. Let us just let it go. Let it all go. And let the Spirit run our lives. Let the God within run our lives. Not a God that's far off in the sky, but the God that is within me. Ah. As we let the words go, we accept that it is already so. We're moving into a great stance of expectancy, of peace, of love, of joy, of understanding. It is ours. Let us take it in, give thanks for it, and come together in agreement about it by saying, and so it is.
Where I am, God is. Where I stand, God is standing strong. Where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me. As me, where I sing, God is. Where I dance, joy lifts my feet. Where I live, beauty's flowing free in and out and through me. As me, for where I doubt, God is the faith in me. Where I cry, God is the comfort there. Where I seek, God is the answer. Here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is. Where I work, love is my career. And where I play, God is playing boldly in and out and through me. As me. Oh, oh. Do do do. Where I am, where I stand, where I play, where I work and breathe and move and be, where I sing, where I dance, my dance, my dance, wherever I go. Oh, God is. Oh, God is. God is.
And so it is. So it is. So let us just prepare ourselves then to be moved into a time of giving and sharing with the center, time for our tithes and our offerings. And so as our ushers come forward, I want to invite you to take out your gifts, your tithes, your offerings. And as we prepare ourselves to move into prayer, I want to just take a moment to acknowledge those who have already given, those who give online, those who are giving online. Let us just know that it is so as we take it all into the storehouse. Join me for a moment of prayer. Let us just get anchored in that which is eternal and everlasting, always giving of itself, to itself, through itself, as itself, the inexhaustible one. Let us know it's from this place and space then that we come to give thanks. To give thanks. To rejoice. To give. So that the center of peace may become more and more of who we really and truly are, and nevertheless. So let us just give from that space then of a heart wide open, freely, where I know surely that all that we receive today, that it moves the center of peace out into a world where we invite people to practice, where we acknowledge the humanity in them as they discover what is so perfect about them, as they discover the God within them. Excuse me. I know that all that we receive, excuse me, causes our light to shine evermore. And I know that just as we are blessed, that the giver is blessed 1,000,000 times fold. Truly, it could be no other way. So for every cent that we receive, I give thanks. Truly, I do give thanks, and so it is. Thank you.
I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I will receive. I just have to know. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. With an open mind. Just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time now. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe. I will receive. I just have to know. And then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe. I will receive. I just have to know. And then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it
And so it is. And so it is. Yes. All right, we did it. Let us all stand and prepare ourselves to sing our closing song, our release. You can find the lyrics to the song in the back of your chairs if you'd like to sing along with us as our choir comes forward. As our choir comes forward to lead us in the singing of our closing song, I want to remind you that our practitioners are here with the purple stoles on, and if you are desiring prayer, please, 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 it would be their pleasure to pray for you, to know the truth about you and whatever you might be experiencing. I also want to remind you that we have a prayer box over here. If you don't want to go and see a practitioner after service, you can write your prayer request down, put it in the box. Our practitioners will pick it up as we're leaving today, and they'll pray for you in that way as well. All right, I think we're all set and ready to sing our closing song then.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Ooh. Now I can say, if you're discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you have got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Everybody. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Run my life. My heart is open wide. My heart is open wide. Only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for
Yes. And so as we journey on throughout our week, let me remind you, not simply to practice for the sake of it, but to practice until you experience God. And so it is. Excuse me.
grateful for how I'm getting reacquainted with my spirit. This newfound consistency with caring for my spirit is giving me such positive outlook on life. My life has become magnificently filled with perspectives of faith, peace, love, and direction that is clear. Every day I'm fortifying my spirit better through intentional care and choices. My relationship with stillness has improved tremendously. It's my inner breakfast. Devotion is my oasis. For my spirit, I customize what it truly takes to be spiritually healthy and grounded. I say yes to the lifelong exploration to create ways to be self-compassionate towards my duality. I'm more okay with unwanted emotions because of this. My ability to self-reflect and witness what is happening within me has strengthened. I was with me shooting in the gym. The game of life taught me to put my head and heart in the game from the inside. Inside, outside, inside, in my heart, in my mind. I see so far, can't be denied. I spend my life from the inside, get aligned, get it right. I'm so alive. It feels so good to be like inside, outside, inside, in my heart, in my mind. I see so far, can't be denied. I spend my life from the inside, get aligned, get it right. I'm so alive. It feels so good to be like. Ladies, we in the inner gym. Grab your journals, your incense. Let's go outside. Let's soak up the sun. Light your candles. Set those boundaries. Make sure that inner lap is done in ease. Your practice is gonna make that journey pop. My inner knowing is the practice where self-mastery goes up in me. I'm holding space, the sacred energy living through me. I treat my body as a temple. This is why I must go within to tend to what my body is a temple for. I engage with what contributes to growing in self-care. For my internal world, I understand the importance of having a daily ritual of indulging and catering to my well-being, pleasure, and freedom however I see fit. I take time every day to ground myself. I work and create. I do everything from the inside out, putting loving attention to my consistency with energizing peace, stillness, harmony, calm, satisfaction, wisdom, enjoyment increases my love for life and myself. Having the ability to reframe situations through self-reflections helps me examine and extract the nectar lessons from every situation and life change. In my heart, in my mind, I stay so fly, can't be denied. I spend my life from the inside, get aligned, get it right. I'm so alive. It feels so good to be like inside, outside, inside, in my heart, in my mind. I stay so fly, can't be denied. I spend my life from the inside, get aligned, get it right. I'm so alive. It feels so good to be like. Okay, ladies, it's been a journey, but we in it. Let's finish this lap. It's what we practice for, so come through. Draw from that inner muscle. Finish line for this level is here. We on the verge of a new one. Don't give up. Champion yourself. Let's go, ladies.
I gotta be thankful because I know someone lost their life.